I was in a literal street fight with a man half my age. Dear Dr. Amy, I have something I need to get off of my chest. You are the first person I am telling this to. I'm a 52-year-old, highly educated man, and I just got in a full-contact fist fight in the middle of a road following a traffic altercation. A little background. I'm a former athlete, very former, with backgrounds in wrestling and jiu-jitsu, but now overweight and out of shape. I hadn't been in a physical fight since high school, but I was pretty good at it back then. I don't agree with violence, and for me that includes violent language shouted at other people on our nation's roads. I always found the yelling and flipping off of others while driving to be inappropriate and cowardly. Everyone is so brave and tough while they're in the safety of their car. Many feel free to utter all manner of hateful ugliness on the road, words that they would never speak in public. Occasionally, I will tell a verbally abusive person this and invite them to get out of the car and say it to my face. They never have. Until today. He turned off a side road and I stupidly followed. He got out of his vehicle and I got out of mine. He approached and words were exchanged. Apparently, the reason he had cut me off earlier was due to the confusion of my blinker being on when I didn't intend to turn. I said sorry, but that doesn't mean you can act like an a-hole. I said where I come from, the American South, one doesn't talk like that unless they're ready to fight. Was that the case? Did he want to fight me? Turns out he was totally game. I was surprised because in the past, when I've called someone's bluff in this way, they've always backed down. Not this guy. Let's go, he said. Dang it. I did not want to fight this young, tall, confident man of circa 25 years. But he had made a challenge and was moving my way. What could I do? At this point, it was a matter of honor. No. So, we went at it, right there in the middle of the dang road with cars passing by us and everything. The action seemed to go on forever, although I'm sure it was less than 2 minutes. Still, that's a long time for a fight. Thankfully, there was a break in the action, and I said between gasps, call it a draw? And thankfully, he gathered his baseball cap and left. Who won? Does that really matter? Just kidding. Of course it matters. We both got our licks in, but I'd probably give the overall round to him, if only for the fact that I did resort to some hair pulling late in the contest. Not proud of that. The whole incident has me shaken. What should I do? Sincerely, the middle-aged street fighter of Tennessee.
Dear middle-aged street fighter of Tennessee. First of all, I want to commend your honesty and willingness to share this story. It's not every day that someone opens up about a literal street fight in such a candid way, especially when it involves a moment of impulsive action. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's dive into it. 1. The heart of the matter. At its core, this incident seems less about the fight itself and more about the underlying emotions and beliefs that brought you to that moment. The idea of honor, standing up for oneself, and challenging perceived cowardice are powerful motivators. You mentioned that you've always seen aggressive driving behavior as cowardly, and in a way, this fight was your attempt to call that out. But the reality is, challenging someone to a physical confrontation doesn't just put your honor on the line, it puts your safety and the safety of others at risk too. 2. The reality check. Engaging in a physical altercation, especially in the middle of the street, can have serious consequences. Not just physical ones, but legal and social consequences as well. The fact that you're reflecting on this incident and questioning whether it's time to start acting your age shows a level of self-awareness that's commendable. It's important to recognize that age isn't just a number, it's also an accumulation of wisdom and life experiences that ideally guide us toward making safer and more responsible choices. 3. Lessons learned. It sounds like this fight was a wake-up call, not just in terms of physical stamina, but also in terms of evaluating your behavior. It's perfectly natural to feel frustrated with road rage and aggressive driving, but responding with the same aggression can escalate situations unnecessarily. What's more honorable, engaging in a fistfight, or finding a way to diffuse tension and walk away with dignity? Sometimes, true strength lies in restraint. 4. Moving forward. Let's take this as a learning experience. You're a former athlete with a background in wrestling and judo, skills that require discipline, control, and strategy. Those same principles can be applied to how you handle conflict off the mat. Channeling your energy into something positive, whether it's getting back into shape, picking up a new hobby, or even sharing your story to help others avoid similar situations, can be a constructive way to use your experience. 5. Acting your age. Acting your age doesn't mean giving up on challenges or letting go of your principles. It means using your years of experience to navigate conflicts in ways that are safe, smart, and true to who you are. You have the wisdom to choose your battles, and sometimes, the smartest choice is to simply walk away. Thank you for sharing your story, middle-aged Streetfighter. Remember, honor isn't always about proving yourself in a fight. Sometimes, it's about having the strength to recognize when walking away is the bravest choice. Stay safe out there. Warm regards. Dr. Amy Ingram, LLM.